Angela Briggs here with WCLU News. We're live in the studio with Jamie Ray, who is basically now the woman who makes BRAWA go round. How are you doing this morning, Jamie?
I'm good. How are you?
So far, so good. Now, you are the director of BRAWA.
Yes.
Which is the Barren River Animal Welfare Association. How long have you been the director?
I've been the director for about a year and a half now.
And now, you didn't, I mean, you took over as director, but you had some really, really big shoes to fill.
Yes. I took over after Margie retired, and Margie was the beginning of BRAWA. She's the one that got it out of the pound, or not the pound, got the pound out of the landfill.
Right.
Okay. And, got everything rolling and was able to get enough volunteers and money to build the small shelter we had, and then it grew into bigger and better things.
So she took it from the pound, which is kind of got a negative connotation, to Barren River Animal Welfare Association. And it's, of course, Margie Patton that we're talking about here. Of course, anybody watching this will definitely know what Margie that we're talking about. And now we've been doing some stories with you guys, and we've had some success stories that I wanted to sit down and talk with you about, because I don't think, I think a lot of times when people think of adopting an animal, they think of this perfect, cute little kitten or this perfect little puppy or dog. But lately we featured some animals that have actually been perfect for the people that adopted them, but may not be what people think about as perfect. And the first one we've got to talk about is Job.
Yes. Job, he's a great dog. He came in, animal control brought him in, and he had Demodex mange, which is the mange that they get from their mother.
Yes.
So it's not contagious to other animals or to people, okay? And so he was in foster care for about 8 weeks, because it takes quite a while to heal him up from that. We took him to the Shake Your Paw Ball, and he was our pet there for this year. And he got a lot of exposure, but there was a lot of people that just walked past him because he was kind of a hyper dog. He really didn't like being in the cage. He didn't like being caged up. And so once you guys aired it, then some people came in and adopted him, and he's doing great. He's got kids that he plays with now, and he runs, and it's a great fit. And
I know, when I saw Job, I could tell, that he was stressed out. He wasn't happy and then to see the pictures of him from when you guys first got him, the mange was terrible. I mean, it will make your stomach hurt to see it. And then to see how the foster family had brought him out of that.
Yes.
But then being back in the shelter was just stress on him again. So to know that he is now with a family, that is such a good thing. And then we had Fairbanks, which was a special needs kitten about 4 months old.
Yes. She came in with a degenerative eye disease that she was born with, and it probably happened from not overbreeding, inbreeding. Yes, inbreeding. And so she came in with that, and a lot of people just walked past her because she looked terrible. She's a great cat, very affectionate and loving. And so when the perfect home came along, she was able to go.
Right.
And that was wonderful. So.
And let's talk a little bit about Dyna and Sophia.
Oh.
Now, this story, this was probably, I guess the most shocking story, just to see how, now let's see, the mother, Dyna was deaf, Sophia was blind.
Yes.
And they were like a pair. I mean, what one didn't have, the other did, and they totally were like, it was all about the team effort.
Yes. Well, the amazing thing about that is they, Dana already had kittens, and she was already in foster care. And then this kitten came in that didn't have a mama. So we put the kitten with Dana and her kittens because they were about the same age. She took it in. All of her other kittens got of weight as normal, in the normal amount of time. And then this last one, Sophia, she just wasn't gaining weight. Well, the foster mom at that point realized that Dana was deaf and that the kitten was blind. And so they actually formed this wonderful bond. And like you said, what one didn't have, the other did. And so we wanted to make sure that they went to one home because, they depend on each other. And so they did. They went to a very loving home, and it was meant to be because the people were going to come in weeks before, and they didn't get a chance. And then when they finally came in, they were still there, and so they got to adopt them.
And now, one of the other most, I think, shocking things that's happened to me when I was at the shelter is I came down there to just do our regular story. And before 2 o'clock on just a random day, you guys had 20 or over 20 kittens dropped off before 2 o'clock.
Yes. That's the importance of spaying and neutering your animals.
Yeah.
Well, right now we're full. We have every cage filled with dogs and cats, and we're even using a few that we don't normally use. They're more for holding, but it's cat season, and on any given day we can have 20 to 40 cats, 50 cats brought in, and that's when you have to start making the horrible decisions. And
Yes.
And it makes it tough on us because we don't want to make those decisions.
Right.
Everybody down there has pets of their own. We're all pet lovers. So, it makes it tough on us.
Well, yeah, because you all do have to make, I mean, if they're, because you guys just don't get them and there's no cost. You all have to vet them. You all have to pay for the spaying and neutering. You all do all this stuff. And again, I mean, all this could be fixed, could be stopped if people would spay and neuter their animals.
Yes, if they would spay and neuter their cats, especially because cats can come into heat even when they are a nursing mother, and so they can be bred while they're actually nursing a litter. So, during cat season they can reproduce, and in about, I think, 9 years, 2 cats their offspring can produce over 11 million animals.
Is that, I mean, that number is, and you guys, I'll definitely put that grid up, or that
Yes.
graph up on the website, because I mean, it could all be stopped if you'll just spay and neuter.
Yes, and that's only if 2.8 of their cats survive out of each litter. That's when a cat has a litter of 9. That's not saying all 9 of those survive.
Right.
So
Right. And again, you guys, once you are over capacity, there are hard decisions that have to be made, because
Yes.
something has to be done with the animals.
yes.
While you guys make every effort to be a no-kill shelter, sometimes there has to be hard decisions made.
Yes, yeah, and that makes it difficult on those of us that have to do the euthanasia, just because we don't want to do it.
Right.
But when you're out of space, you're out of space, and it's just the real truth of the whole matter. We are 83% successful on getting dogs out alive. The only reason that we have to put dogs down at this point are for illness
Right.
or temperament. If they're a mean dog, we cannot adopt them out.
Right.
And then age is usually very seldom. No, I don't think since I've been there we've had to put a dog down for space.
Right.
And now cats are a little different story, but we do have a 67% survival rate on cats, which is very good. I mean, anything with the Humane Society that's over 50%, you can consider yourself a no-kill shelter. But we are not going to lie to the public.
Right.
We have to euthanize for those reasons.
Right. And again, if folks, you all definitely, you get a little bit of city and county funding, but you basically run off donations.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, the city and county funding is about a fifth of our budget, our running budget, so everything else has to come from donations. Our fundraisers, the Shake Your Paw Ball in April is always a huge fundraiser for us. We have Strut Your Mutt coming up on August 12th, which will be another huge fundraiser for us. And so, we're trying to come up with a few more fundraisers to keep our name out there all the time, because we still have people come in the shelter and say that they did not know we were here.
Really?
Yes.
Now, you guys just had the pancake breakfast.
Yes.
That was a big success.
It was a big success. We served over 85 breakfast meals that morning.
Well, that's good,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Now, what if folks may not have cash to drop off to the shelter? What else do you guys take?
We're always in need of newspapers. We're always in need of paper towels. Any laundry detergent, any Downy or any type of, dryer softening.
Right.
Anything that, old blankets, old towels and washcloths, things like that. Because one of our volunteers actually takes some of that material that we have brought in, and she'll make dog beds and things, and at no cost to us, but then she'll come in and we'll sell them at the shelter.
Oh, so that's definitely a help there to you all. You all
Yes.
definitely want volunteers?
Yes, we need volunteers. We need the young volunteers. We're trying to build up our younger generation, because we cannot build our way out of this, and we cannot
Expand your
expand. Yeah, we can't build. We can't.
Right.
We just can't build our way out of this. So we have to educate. We have to educate that we have to spay and neuter, because it's the only way that we'll get out of this problem. We
Right.
really want to work ourselves out of a job someday.
There you go.
Is our ultimate goal, but I don't see it happening in the foreseeable future.
Right. And if folks want more information about BRAWA, you guys are, of course, open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday
Yes,
on Trojan Trail in Glasgow.
yes. from 10 to 5, 10 to 4 on Saturdays.
And y'all are on Facebook.
We're on Facebook. We have a website. It's brawashelter.org. And, you know, you can always call down there.
Right.
Come see what we're about. You know.
Yeah, and trust me, folks, you can go in down there, you can look around. I mean, you know, it'll tug at your heartstrings, but they're not going to force you to leave out of there with an animal at all. You know, you can definitely go in there and see what they're all about. Again, Jamie Ray, who is taking over as director of BRAWA, folks, check them out. We'll definitely be doing some more stories with them here at WCLU. Thank you so much, Jamie.
Thank you.